To permanently punish the murderer, the guards tied his limbs and secured him to a padded chair under the warden's watch. Under the warden's persuasion, the man signed a contract to sell his soul to a museum. He signed because his family would get a big payout after his death. He didn't think much, just knowing death meant no more suffering. Soon, he was executed, and they used tech to extract his consciousness. Next, his consciousness was thrown into a room. Seeing his transparent body, he was amazed, not expecting this form after death, but before he could gather his thoughts, the manager pressed a button, and he was bound to a chair again. With a surge of electricity, he felt unprecedented pain. They did this to punish his soul for visitors who hated criminals. As long as it didn't exceed 20 seconds, his consciousness wouldn't disappear. More visitors came to experience torturing a death row inmate. Even as he was electrocuted to agony, they showed no mercy, unaware their actions would cost them dearly. As the man was shackled, he was immediately strapped to an electric chair. Then, the warden used a device to extract his consciousness. The administrator pressed a switch, and the man's consciousness was electrocuted. This invention was meant to permanently punish murderers. As the news spread, many tourists came to see the fleeting consciousness. They eagerly pressed the activation button, sending 100,000 volts through the man, causing him to scream in agony. Despite this, the tourists showed no intention of stopping. Seeing the man's painful pleas only excited them more, as the warden had already told them he was a notorious murderer. This left the tourists with no sympathy, only a desire to see him punished endlessly. Moreover, each tourist received a reward after operating the machine, containing a trace of the prisoner's consciousness. Unexpectedly, while the warden was explaining, he suddenly had a heart attack. A nearby woman quickly brought him a chair. It turned out she was the consciousness's woman. She told the warden that these visitors were not ordinary people, but top-tier wealthy individuals with twisted minds. They came to use the prisoners as targets for their twisted satisfaction. The wealthy even bribed the warden to extend their experience time. After prolonged torment, the consciousness had become delirious. To attract more visitors, the museum director extracted the man's consciousness for visitors to experience the thrill of torturing it. After countless days and nights, the man's consciousness became numb. Seeing her father locked in a room, the woman became furious and cursed the director for framing her father as a murderer, which led to his consciousness being extracted. Her mother, upon hearing this, tearfully committed suicide. The director had a heart attack because the woman had poisoned his water. Hearing this, the director panicked and begged for mercy, but the woman ignored him. Before he could react, a consciousness extractor was placed on his head. As the director died, his consciousness was extracted. It was then imprisoned in the same room as the woman's father. The woman approached the director to learn his consciousness extraction technique, which she had now mastered. To make her feel the pain of electric shock, the woman connected her in her father's consciousness. Seeing the woman's determination, the director became terrified and begged for mercy, but the woman, blinded by hatred, couldn't hear a word. After saying goodbye to her father, she decisively pulled the switch, sending 100,000 volts through their bodies. The director's consciousness began to convulse. Watching this, the woman felt no emotion. Soon, her father's and the director's consciousness turned to ashes, and a glass bead popped out. Seeing the director's pained expression inside the bead, the woman finally smiled. After finishing everything, the woman strode out of the museum and activated the detonator on the air conditioner, which immediately spewed thick smoke. Back in the car, the woman hung part of the director's consciousness on the car. Seeing the director's immense pain, she finally felt relieved. As she drove away, the museum was engulfed in flames.